Good morning. My name is LeeAnne's. I'm coming to you from CIS Leads. Today, what we're going to do is review our local project lead service. I'm going to give you a little bit of information about our company and do like a quick review of the service. This is not meant to see every single project out there. We're really scheduling from here one-on-one demos of people with their actual companies so they can be catered, the demo can be catered to their company. So this is kind of a broad overview. So CIS, we are a local project lead service based here in New Jersey for the last 32 years. Started by a civil engineer who was really kind of frustrated by the project information out there. He's our CEO, his daughter Chris is our president. Some of the pains that caused him to start this company were driving by and seeing a lot cleared and not knowing what the private job was, missing mandatory pre-bids, not having enough time to bid a job, not knowing the bid results once the job was bid, things like that. So that's kind of what those are some of the pains that he, figured out on our site. So as a company, we only cover 2 full states. We do the state of New Jersey, state of Delaware. We also cover the 5 surrounding Philadelphia counties in PA, New York City, Long Island, and Southern New York State, which makes up Rockland, Orange, and Westchester counties. That is our entire footprint. For today's purposes, we're going to be looking in state of Delaware, southeastern PA, and South Jersey, Mercer, Middlesex, down south to Cape May, just to give you an idea of what we're kind of focused on. So if we're not covering your full area or not your area at all for that matter, please reach out. My cell phone, I think, is on here, and my email address. And plus, you've got a million emails to me. At this point, you have that contact information. Okay. So what I'm going to do is kind of walk you around the homepage and we'll dig into some of the meat. So my desktop is your home screen. No matter where you are on the website, these buttons over here will stay static. So you can always kind of find your way back to the homepage if you need to. Under my save reports, these under the daily feed section are the 3 reports we start everyone with. For time purposes today, I've created a couple customized reports here. And by the way, if I didn't say this in the beginning, we are catering this demo today to roofing contractors. So we cover any kind of construction, road, bridge, utility, park, buildings, whatever. We do all of it. But today we're really focusing on our demo for roofing contractors for private and public work. So these are kind of customized reports I created for roofing. This section over here is a quick search. Now think of this as Google on our website. You're really trying to find one thing quickly in this section. So you can narrow down by the region. You can look for projects, GCs and subs, material suppliers. This is also a built-in construction directory. Equipment dealers, architects and engineers, owners, could be private or public owners, doesn't matter. So that's that section. And then down here are what I call your tracking buckets. So this section is where you can track either GCs that you bid to or other competing roofing contractors. So you want to know what they're doing. You can kind of keep track of them. This section over here is to track the projects. So you can track construction projects that are happening. So if changes happen, it'll keep alerting you as to what's going on. Down here, we have real-time project information. This is something we just launched a couple weeks ago. So we've been in the behind the scenes updating information as it's happening. But now there's a section here, since we're at 10 o'clock in the morning, there's only 2 at the moment, but you can actually see these are projects that have bid results that just happened today, and we have the bid results on here. So you can kind of click on it to go and take a look at this project. Of course, my internet's going to be really slow. Perfect for today. And we can kind of take a look and see that this project, actually this is from yesterday, and we got a bid result from today on here. But that's kind of wonderful. So you're going to see as the day goes on, more and more updates showing on this real-time project information section. Okay, daily report. We update our service Monday through Friday. This report changes every single day. And I have it narrowed down to the categories of new buildings, additions, specialty, and rehab work. So there's 5 tabs on this, because again, we're focusing on roofing. I have this narrowed down to 5 tabs. So pre-planning, planning, and negotiated tabs are 99% of the time going to be private-owned projects versus out to bid, and bid results will 99% of the time be public-owned projects. And you can see in the status here, it'll tell you what it is. So in pre-planning, This stage is the brand new, excuse me, brand new private projects and updates of projects that are in the earliest stage conceptual, which is sketch plan, zoning, fundraising. So this one on the top is listed as brand new, and this one is an update. So this one, I'm in Medford, so I'm very curious to see what this new, I just heard the Red Lion Diner, if anyone's local here, just closed down, and there's already an update. So I was very interested when I saw this morning. So this project, excuse me, for all the choking I'm doing. This project was published today. So the first thing you want to do on a private project in the early stages, go to the description to find out if you even like what this job is. So it's demolition of the existing Red Lion Diner on the property for construction of a super Wawa and a fuel station. Those of you who live in South Jersey, everybody loves a Wawa. Now, then if you like, you go to the planning notes to see more information. So as of yesterday, the site plan application has yet been submitted, but A&B Development had purchased the property with plans to build a super Wawa. This is basic work included on a new building, who the owner, their contact information, and again, the owner developer up here. Location where it's going. So if this is one you care about, you're going to track that job. And you can see a couple companies have already added themselves as interested, which you can do as well. All you do is click this button and it'll add your company on here. This is just me, you know, with my fake company, but that's what you can do. Anyway, so we're going to come out of pre-planning. Planning is the final approval before the planning board. So both pre-planning and planning do not have general contractors awarded in this stage. They're too early. Just so you can see some of the stuff on today's report. The the new ones was a flex building in Robbinsville and a self-storage in Sayreville. There's another self-storage in Dennis. There's a new solar farm in Frankfort, Delaware. Some apartments, retail, school, private school. Again, you can see a little bit, St. Joseph Hawks campus master plan. There's a lot of different things, another solar project. So if you want to take a look at any of these, we'll just randomly click on this self-storage, Dennis. So this one was published by us in July of this last year, actually. If you go to the, again, to the description, you can see the description of the project, what's going to happen here. And there, it looks like there's an old plan. There's now a new plan. It's going to consist of 4 storage buildings. If you like what that says, then you want to move on to the planning notes. So this one was just approved on 8/24. You can see that. And the nice thing about our private work is because you can go back in history and see what had happened previous to the most recent note. So if there is litigation, if something's been out there for a long time, you can kind of get a heads up to what's going on. Design firm, attorney, location. Now, with private work, everything we cover is, so private work is a minimum of, it's all brand new construction. So yay for you, everything has a roof. So it's a minimum of 5,000 square foot and greater for commercial buildings is what we cover. And then residential has to be a minimum of 10 dwelling units and more. And then we'll have those too. Public work, it's anything, no matter what shape or size. But there is some parameter around private. And the last tab here for private work is negotiated. So negotiated means a GC has been awarded, but it can be in any phase of construction. So this one at the top has not started. These down here, updates of jobs that are already in progress. So again, this is 1 day's worth of information, stuff that changed from yesterday to today. So if we look at this CarMax real quick, we can kind of take a look. There's an attorney on here. This is the location it's going in Hamilton, Atlantic County. There's an attorney, contractors, Irwin and Layton, their contact information. CarMax, the owner, description of the job. Again, you can kind of see what's happening. And then you can also look and see, again, this is 7,000 automobile sales establishment. So our 5,000 square foot rule and up, this applies to that. And again, it's kind of giving you the whole issue of what's happening here and there. Permits have yet to been issued. Target dates have to be determined. You can kind of go back in time to see what's happening. And again, if you like this job, you're going to track it and throw it in that track bucket on the homepage that we just talked about. Now, out to bid. These are the brand new public jobs that just came out for bid. They're listed in a paper or online yesterday. And the benefit of us being local again is we physically pick up local town papers where they hide bids in. We comb through planning and zoning board meeting minutes and attend some of the meetings ourselves. So we're very grassroots. We're very out on the street reporters in the office on the street, hunting it down. We cover a small region, but we cover it insanely well. And again, you're not going to see every job here. I'm giving you a brief overview. So if you want to see something more particular, please reach out. I'm happy to do a one-on-one demo with you and your company to really narrow it based on what you want to look at yourself. But today, excuse me, we're going to look at the stuff that's new out to bid. So first one is a roof. Yay! Partial roof replacement in Woodbridge. So this is, I'm just going to give you a quick example of new projects, how they look when they first come out. So this one was published here. Again, bid due date is, I'm sorry, the published date is always on the top right. Bid due date and time are at the top. If there is a cost estimate released, it would be in this section up here. You have location, owner, design firm, document information, contact, bid guarantee, pre-bid meeting. Now, if this was mandatory, it would be in bold writing right here that it's mandatory. It's not. Requirements, notes associated with the project, work included, very, very typical of how it looks on the first day. So again, if it's a good one, you're going to track it. And then you'll see things that are changed and updated. So if we go through, you'll see these change from new to updates. So these were all in a paper yesterday. These are all projects that have already been out for bid, but something has changed from yesterday to today. One person's picked up plans, cost estimate was released, a bunch of different things could happen. So if we just click at this one at the bottom, it's a rebid. So I'm showing this for a couple of reasons. So it's renovations, so probably necessarily not something for roofing, but just for our example purposes. When a project is updated, you'll now see more of a big description. So you can kind of see what's happening on the job itself, what's involved. And then you can also, but there is some roof stuff in here I'm looking at right here. Repairs to shingles, roofing general, roof demolition. So there is actually something on here for you after all. Plan holder list. These are companies who picked up plans who intend to bid as the GC on this project. So you can kind of see all the names on here. And in the notes section, it will have the original bid. So this bid originally on May 31st of this year. So I don't know if this went to a bid result. Oh, they didn't receive any bids. So that's why it's out for bid again. So I can give you kind of a heads up where I'm looking at that right here. Okay, so that is new and updated. And the last thing on this report is previous day's bid results. You can see all these projects bid yesterday. The low bidder's name is here. The price is over here. If there's multiple contracts, you might need to open it up to see who it is. But you can click on projects like this Tex Pete's redevelopment project. You can click on it and see that Gary Gardner was the low bidder at 22 million. Bancroft was at 23 million. Now, if Gary Gardner or Bancroft are companies you care about and you want to bid sub to them, you can click on the company and it goes to their company profile page. And this gathers a 3-year bidding history on here for this company. So you have information about the company. You can see if they were holding plans, there'd be a holding plans tab in between the two. They're not at the moment, but you can see their bidding history of low bids for public bids over the past 3 years. They've been low on 10 bids. Other bids are projects that they bid, but they were not the low bidders. They were 10 out of 15, which is a ridiculously high ratio, but they mostly do private work too. So I can kind of go over to negotiated and kind of scroll through and see some of their most recent private projects. These are some are completed, one that hasn't started. You have a contact name over here. So you can get an idea. And if this is somebody you care about, you can track that company. And when you track that company, it's going to come over here to your tracked folder with any contractors. If I come over here, I'm going to, oops, I'm in the wrong section. Bear with me 1 second. I know my internet's a little bit slow today. I apologize. We might be 21 minutes. But the contractors are in here. So Gary Gardner is now listed in here as well, because I've now tracked them. So I'll go through that in a second. So that is our daily report. 1 day's worth of information. New and updated since my last view. If you missed a day, you're out sick, you can click that. Index report is your filing cabinet for public works. So in the areas we're looking, Mercer, Middlesex, down to Cape May, Southeastern PA and Delaware, there's 217 public projects out for bid under buildings, addition, specialty rehab work. So what I did is I did a customized report and pulled out the ones that have to do with roof down here. And you can modify this report too. So if you want to specify a region, you can kind of narrow down what region you want to look at by the county. You can also specify for private work if you just want to look at warehouses or restaurants or hotels. That's another way to kind of drill down what you're looking for. And you can also do keyword search. So I just did a pre-done one for roofing, but if you're like, hey, I'm on here, but I really kind of like focus on solar projects. I think there's a spot like alternative energy. You can click that to, do your keywords for solar projects. Okay, so for roof, I did roof and flash and waterproof and stuff like that. So there's 64 projects out for bid. So these are all listed in bid due date order, starting with the ones that are starting to bid today, like this project. But if I scroll to the bottom, I can this is where you would kind of start our service to kind of comb through and make sure you're not missing anything right now. So you can kind of look through them. If you're looking for a roofing prime, you can see this Indian King Tavern one is one. So you can look on this roof replacement. This was published by us on August 29th. It's bidding 1012. Has a mandatory pre-bid on 929. This one just came out recently, and it has some information in here for you to take a look at and track. Add yourself as interested. You can kind of scroll through. There's a renovations culinary arts, another renovation Medford campus, the warehouse, a roof replacement in Dover. This is a rebid again. So if you want to see the original bid, you can click here to see that. This also has a mandatory pre-bid on it. Now this one's been updated with some description as well, and it'll highlight your words in here too, which is kind of nice too. So you can kind of scroll through each one of these and kind of on your way, see the town or the type of job it is and kind of click through and see there's another roof replacement Woodbridge and kind of keep going. Another police department in West Windsor, roof replacement, Township of West Windsor. And here's some of the companies who picked up plans to bid it. So again, you can kind of look at this and say, oh, Detweiler Roofing, there's somebody I bid against. So you can kind of track this company here, and then you can see, well, what plans are they holding? You can see they're holding two sets of plans right now, one in Dover, one in West Windsor. I can see that they've been low bid on 37 projects. Other projects are 196. And then you can kind of scroll through and track different people. Now, for private work, I have just a few more minutes, so I'm just going to kind of wrap up quickly. Private work, you can see a cannabis cultivation facility in Camden. Again, these are every private job on here is new construction, so everyone has a roof. It's just dependent on what town you're looking at or where you want to look for projects. Clementon, there's Lacey, Levittown, Lewes, Delaware. There's redevelopment, there's warehouses, there's Wawas, there's, condos and retails and kind of grocery stores, all kinds of stuff on here. That's in pre-planning. So just in 1 month, I only went back 1 month, 46 projects in pre-planning. Planning has 119 and negotiated has 127. That is just in 1 month's worth of work in this area for only private work. So that kind of really lets you know that private work is not slowing down. There's a ton of work out there. But again, we can narrow this down by your company to look at all these projects a little bit more closely. Now, when I was going through the section here, the search bar. So again, you can do a quick search. So if you're looking for a particular project, you can click on this set of plans, the icon, and just type in pine. And it's going to pull up anything that has the word pine in the project title. So if I start typing Pinehurst, it's going to move that one who is down the fifth to the top. So it's just like Google. The more predictive you start searching for stuff, you can look for it. You can also come in here and people can look for subs in here. So I can say I want to find a roofing contractor. And it'll give me 309 roofing contractors who will do work in South Jersey. Now you can sponsor this category of work to be on top. And to give you a quick example, because there's no one sponsoring this category right now, it would kind of look like these companies, these four are sponsoring above the paving contractors. There's a total of 5 positions that are available above the list of contractors, which you're putting your company in front of actively bidding contractors. So it's a really great option to think about sponsoring a page, and they're unbelievably inexpensive to do. And then as we're in here, you can search for material suppliers, equipment dealers, professional service owners. So the owner could be like private or public, whatever you want it to be. So if I just want to look up, we were talking about Wawa earlier, I just want to look up Wawa Dairies, the private owner. I can come in here to Wawa and see everything in pre-planning, where they're going for Wawa, everything that's in planning. 20, you imagine that Wawa's still doing this much work. And then 43, again, just going back to see what's happening with Wawa. And then the search bar is up here if I want to search something else. All right, I have 2 minutes left. Down this section here, I promise to stay within that 20 minutes. This is the tracking buckets. So any contractors, this once a day you would look at this. So this is where I'm going to keep any contractor I want to track that I bid to, I bid against. So when it looks like this is letting me know I have 6 updates. So I'm tracking 12 companies. These other companies like A&E, Ben Harvey, Blue Rock haven't done anything since I was last on, but DeAndre has picked up a set of plans. So if I click on them, I can go to holding plans and I can see what projects that they're holding plans on at the moment. And if I want to click on the project to learn more about it or know anything, I can also do that. Now, once I come back to my desktop, it's going to make that go down to 5 because I looked at DeAndre. So it's cleared out, but they're still there. You know what I mean? And then anybody else I want to look at, I can now scroll through. Now, this section here, this is tracking the actual project. So when you see something that comes out for bid, like that Wawa we just saw at the red line circle, you can track it early. And then as updates, when it gets approved, things happen, you can kind of get updates on them. So I'm tracking 15 projects. These 4 at the top have had an update. So there's an update on this Rowan University project. So if I were to click on it, I can see it as of 8/8 target date had just been determined. Groundbreaking happened on 4/28, and I can see kind of the history of what's going on and what they're building over here for Rowan University. So that's that section. So that's kind of a brief review of our site. There's also a sub request section here where contractors will post requests if they're looking for subs. So basically people saying, give me a number, I need a sub. So you can kind of look through here, see what the project is, who it is who's looking for a sub as well. So, and last but not least, we have ridiculous customer service. So, and you guys need help on a project, you need training, you need additional information about a job, they are on it so quickly. We have the greatest customer service team. And we're all local here. So it's not like we don't know what towns you're talking about. We live here with you. So it's kind of our backyard. We cover it like nobody else. And if you'd like to review this a little bit more with me, just send me an email, give me a call, and I'm happy to do a one-on-one with your company. Again, it could be just roughly 20 minutes but making it about your company. Again, just to review, local, right in your backyard, really quick, real-time information on our website. Look, since we've been talking, there's another bid result. So it's pretty great. So I wanted to wrap up and just say, I really appreciate you all taking a look today. Again, reach out if you have any questions. And I hope you have a great day. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.